I'm getting gas today. About 6 people are at my car when I get out of the gas station. You know what they asked me? They asked, how do I like the new Z and how long have I had it? I mean, I don't know. Happy Tuesday, right? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today we have another GTR video coming at you, and we're basically at the point where we're finally getting caught up to where we're at with the progress on the car. Apart from this video, the next one you guys are gonna see is gonna be like a current update as to where we are at the current moment with the car and kind of moving on in real time. So honestly, this video is like super exciting just because, well, for me at least, just seeing like a lot of the body panels and stuff coming together on the car and like assembling. Obviously it's not for the final time, but still cool to see. So hope you guys enjoy. I'll catch you guys at the end. It's a bit of change of scenery, hey. So I'm at my storage unit because today is a big day. Today we are actually gonna be going ahead and test fitting up the rear corner portion of the car. Big day. I see the wing, rear bumper, and taillights are in one of those boxes. Let's get to it. Man, how do you know what the hell's in your bins? This is how I know. I made a list. Box 1, 2, 3, but it shows exactly what's in them, so I can just look at my list and take a peek at the box and I know it's gonna be in there, which is pretty nice, pretty handy. All right. Around. All right, I think that should do it. Back to the shop. All right, here we are. This is pretty cool to see all these parts here, I gotta say. It almost feels like we're at the point where it's just like getting there, you know? The fact that I'm pulling things out, starting to test fit stuff, it's very exciting. It's, this is good. This is good for me. So if we come over here, you know, we kind of get all these body lines set there. As you guys can see, I think it might have sagged. No, it's still looking pretty good. I kind of have the bolts a little bit loose but tight. That way I can kind of adjust it if I need to, but it holds still. This kind of needs to get, it's not bolted right here, so you guys can see, I mean, that line right there with these two fitting up is just so good. You can kind of see also the rocker does stick out a bit, which is what it's supposed to be. It's looking really good. It's pretty crazy. It's starting to become like a car again. All right, with the easy part done, I'm gonna save the door for last. I'm gonna go ahead and just slap all this stuff that I have on the, what? What, buddy? Oh, you're so cozy on this little foam packing thing, expandable foam. This is me. Oh, and here's wood. You're interrupting me, guys. I don't think the people appreciate it. Oh. You don't like that. He said I'm out then, in that case. Well, can I get back to what I'm doing? Okay. I don't know why, but I'm like, nervous isn't the right word. It's like in a good, like the best way possible nervous. It's just so crazy to me that this is actually happening. Like I'm putting things on the car. I don't know how to explain it. There you go. This is wild. Okay, I wouldn't call this a problem, but I'm just gonna see what's kind of holding me up, because I do believe that this bumper is supposed to sit further in here, but it's like I'm hitting a wall. So I'm gonna look into that. Okay, so that's in. I think that's good. Let's see how this side fits in. Okay, so we're matching up. Trying to get a feel, trying to get a symmetry test, you know what I mean? Feel both sides at the same time. When they feel identical. And that honestly looks really good. Alright, so I got this thing off again. So I'm just looking at these tabs. So this is how it mounts up. I just got these two on the side here, one on the bottom there. Two on the side, one on the bottom. You guys can see how the tab, I really don't think it's gonna show up on camera. Tabs are perfectly straight here. Here, they're kind of bent. I got things going all over. It's not looking too hot. So I think that's probably gonna be my alignment issue. So I'm gonna try and get this thing back into shape and then fit back up, and hopefully that's good. Fingers crossed. Maybe now you guys can see how bent they are. All right, it worked. It definitely worked. So we got this gap nice and closed up. It lines up right with this headlight. However, it's kind of tripping you out because that trim on the inside is also white, but the edge of the plastic lines up the edge of the bumper, so that's good. And this is good. The only thing that I'm not, obviously I guess this is a 30-year-old bumper, it's not brand new, it's probably gonna be a little bit warped. But I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but I have like 4 millimeters of kind of play here that it's kind of pushed out. I could probably maybe figure out a way to mold it back into shape with like some heat and just some time. But I was actually looking at the Built by Legends R32, and they don't utilize the trim that goes back here, the OEM little rubber seal. I don't know why. If anyone knows why they did that, let me know. But I'm gonna use it. I think it looks good. I was looking at a picture of theirs, and I don't know. I'm just not. I don't necessarily like it without that trim there. It just doesn't. I don't know. I feel like it's just missing something. There's not enough separation because the gap up here on the taillight is larger than the one on the bumper. I feel like it could be a little bit better, so that's good. At least we got the bracket fit up. I looked online, they're a $70 bracket per side, so just a bit of massaging and kind of bent them back in location, and we're looking really good. So nothing else is bolted up. I just wanted to just check this side out and make sure it lined up and fit kind of how I wanted it to. So let's go ahead and strap and finalize things, get the deck lid on, and dude, we kind of have a rear of a car right now. It's wild. All right, it's looking good though. What do you think? Okay, we gotta go way over. Well, it's easily been over an hour since the last clip. I've been just messing with this thing, man. Few things. Okay, first off, these are really pissing me off. These are the freaking dents that happened when the quarter panel fell. And I'm sure it was the freaking cats. I love the cats, but man, they sometimes do be doing things. So I'm gonna have to hammer and dolly. I don't know if you guys can even see that little, oh yeah, you see that one here. Now the fact that it's over on this side of the taillight is strange because this quarter panel obviously has never been touched. This is the original quarter panel, never removed. Should be no weirdness going on here. This gap here looks fine. This gap here looks fine. Everything here looks good. I'm happy with that there. That's okay. Apart from this broken trim piece. This doesn't make sense. If that's where it needs to be, why is this over here? This light can't go further out. At least I don't believe it can. Can it? Can it? I don't think it can. There's no slot. These things aren't slotted. But the gap up here is good. You guys can see I don't really have the hinges tightened. It's kind of hard to tell because one panel is black, one panel is white. But the gap up here is good. The gap down here is not good. So these two bottom corners here are currently my issues, apart from actually this whole little side here is my issue. Made a discovery. One thing I've noticed, I'm just looking in here, got the taillight out, and you can see this little bit of seam sealer, not on the quarter panel, but on this inner rear taillight housing piece. This piece right here. So if you can tell, you can see the end of the seam sealer, and actually the quarter panel overlaps just a little bit. Even down here, you guys can see the seam sealer. Now if I try and push this quarter panel out, oh god, I don't know. Oh, here we go. One-man film team, man. I tell you what, it sure is challenging sometimes. All right, most of the time actually. Huh, on high it doesn't do it, but on low it does. All right, so if I push this quarter panel out, I don't know how I'm gonna show you. Can you see it? Can you see the area where the seam sealer stops? So I need to get the quarter panel sat in that position. Maybe that's gonna help us get to where we need to be. Maybe not, but we're gonna try it. Let's give that a try, shall we? All right, this is good. This is good. So you guys can see a little bit of poke, a little bit of stick out, just as the picture would insist. Check this out. A little bit of poke, a little bit of stick out. This is great. This is perfect. Standoff that you put the screw in, it's broken, it's snapped. So that's never gonna sit proper anymore. But dude, yes, this is good. This is good. Oh man, I tell you what, man, it's little wins like this. Little wins. I'm telling you, man, I've been here, this has probably been a 2-3 hour ordeal. Woo-wee. But yeah, at least finding that little thing, I don't know if that's what did it, but pushing the quarter panel out to where it needed to be, that was good. I'm glad I noticed that. I'm very content, and I'm very specific. I'm very anal about panel gaps. This should just come down. Ah, oh, nice, mate. Wow. Well, first of all, I gotta say, it's been like 3 weeks since I filmed my last clip here on this damn thing. It's crazy how time flies. I really don't know where the time went. But I actually put in many more hours. Well, maybe not many more, but a couple more hours into getting everything fitting up how I wanted it to, especially with having this deck lid on here. It allowed me to kind of make sure all these gaps to the quarter panel are where I want them. So it's kind of hard to tell because this is black, but man, I got them looking so good. Ah, they're so good. I mean, it's perfect. I don't think it gets any better. I mean, this is nice. So really satisfied. Really satisfied. For some reason, people, I don't know, people always skim on showing the gaps. I am more than happy to show you guys how good they are. There's no bumper stop here, so I just kind of had these magnets to kind of level out with everything, but I'm really happy. So another thing I found out with the tail edge, because that was kind of like our whole issue that I was messing with, I'm just getting mixed results, a lot of mixed results here. I think they're supposed to sit flush. So now I got this one sitting absolutely flush with the rear bumper, because in my head, the more I thought about it, that makes more sense. Why would they be sticking out? I don't know, it didn't sit right with me. So the more I looked, even though the magazine we looked at showed the restored one having it pumped out a little bit, maybe there's some variations with the chassis, I'm assuming there is. But I think we need to get it absolutely smooth. So it's smooth with the deck lid. It's just flush. It's all flush. So that's what we need to accomplish. This side is absolutely dialed in. So good. I mean, look at everything. It's all just so good. Like that lines up perfectly. Dude, it's all beautiful. Beautiful. Take it all in. Take it all in, because I'm more than happy to show. Now this is the side that I'm gonna need to give it a little more massaging. As you can see, I know this sticks out a bit because this is broken, but it still pokes out. So we're talking maybe 2 mil. Let's be honest, it's if you're like me, body gaps are very important. So, and I just want to show you guys all the details. I know some people probably are bored and don't really like the details, but I love details. So when you guys bring me your GTR, you can expect to get nice work done. Before we continue, I just want to show you guys what I've been working on kind of in the meantime. Yesterday, I just went ahead And where's the, oh, here's the original piece. So I chopped this piece out. You guys probably may remember this was here. Obviously, quite porous. And I still need to clean up a couple little things. And then, yeah, got that welded back in place with a new piece. Looking brand new. Let's see, so this is the piece that kind of wrapped in like that. And also removed this guy, which I wasn't too sure if I was going to or not, but I don't know. It was just easier to clean it up like this. The rust on this part isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. A little bit here, a little bit there. Really nothing bad, but obviously you got a little hole there and a little bit there. So that's that slice that came out from this portion right here, as you guys can see. Oh, wait. Just like so. Otherwise, all looking good. I'm quite happy with how things are going. It's just, man, it's a lot. It still is a lot. You know, being a one-man show, it's just trying to do everything. It definitely is overwhelming. Even with most of the stuff done, there's still a lot to do. Like, if you really think about it, there's still a lot to do. So yeah, sometimes I just sit here in this chair and I just kind of really don't do anything. That's but yeah, all right, let's go ahead. I'm gonna continue working and I'll see where I end up next. What do you guys think? Pretty damn exciting. I'm really stoked on how the car is kind of progressing, and I've been making some really awesome progress here just recently on the car, so I really hope you guys are looking forward to seeing this thing complete, because I sure as hell, I know I am. And it's gonna be one special car, and I'm really looking forward to it. So hope you guys enjoyed, and if you're still here, let's see, drop a comment, say GTR, say GTR, GDR. Type that in the comments, let me know who's still here. That's it, man. I guess I'll see y'all in a couple days. See ya.